This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
If you like Baconsale, well then you gotta sing along. If you like Baconsale, this is your favorite song. If you like Baconsale, well then you gotta sing along. If you like Baconsale, then this is your favorite song. Sing it. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah, 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 yeah. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah. Bacon, bacon, salad, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I got really worried because if we didn't sing along, then we don't like our own show.
Yes. Good
job, Jake.
It would have been fun to just watch you continue to do that by yourself, though.
I actually planned on doing it myself because my kids are obsessed with that song. If you guys don't know, it's the Chicken Nugget song.
I did not know.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, if you look up the Chicken Nugget song,
it sounded like you were making up your own song, but I guess you weren't.
But it was really catchy. It's going to be in my head the rest of the night.
If you hear the real song, it's like chicken, chicken nuggets, yeah. Chicken, chicken nuggets, yeah. So look it up. Chicken Nugget song. Noah Bean, I think, is the person who did it.
Of course. Well, we needed to know, so we didn't get sued. We needed to give a name recognition.
Maybe it's not Noah. Now I got to remember who it is.
Welcome to Baconsale, everyone.
I'm Joel.
I'm Ken.
And Jacob.
And we'd like to thank...
I just kept watching Joel to see what he was going to do. He's
Googling
like, no.
Noah Bean.
I know, that's
It's not Noah Bean. I know it's not now. No, I'm bugged that I can't
Can you
remember who it is.
look up chicken nugget? Yeah.
Chicken.
Yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Bean. It's Nick Bean.
Oh, Noah is his brother.
Nick
Yep.
Bean. Noah Bean's apparently an
You
actor.
need to know this, listener.
Yeah.
Yes. But thank you for listening to our last show, our Common Writer show. Very unusual for us. We were well out of our depth.
It was one of a kind.
It was.
It was.
Like, this was a new thing
Meaning
for
that you're
us.
never going to let Nicole choose a show like that again?
Exactly.
Nicole did a good job.
It was a once in a lifetime, Nicole. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, no.
No, in fact, we were definitely out geeked there.
Well, it was,
and the challenge was fun.
It was because it was something new. It was something popular.
Yeah.
And it was something easily digestible, meaning we didn't have to watch like an entire series.
Protein snack, is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Very digestible.
There was actually a quote from Colton Cook who said, "This actually looks intriguing," referring to Common Writer. "When I first started listening, I was wondering if this was referring to the 90s teen show where the kids turned into bugs/beetles as well. The name is slipping my mind now. But it definitely still looks interesting, though I hate reading while I watch TV, LOL.
And then what's the reply?
And Kent said,
Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs, which was a Power Rangers ripoff, which was a ripoff of a Common Writer. There you go. Circle of life, everybody.
That's Lion King.
Big Bad Beetleborgs?
Yeah.
Man, that's so alliterative. It's almost like
Big
hurts.
black bit of big black bear with the big black
Save
bear
it for a
bleed
Big Bad
blood.
Beetleborg show.
Oh, man, never.
No.
But that's not what
Okay.
we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Jacob?
Today, the time has finally come for us to discuss chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets, yeah.
And
Chicken,
Noah
chicken
Bean.
nuggets.
Chicken tenders.
Nick Bean.
No, this has honestly been in the works a very long time, listener. We've been eating on these nuggets for...
Eating on them.
Eating all these nuggets.
Slowly, for months.
Months. It's been months. Well, it's been months for Kent and I.
In the works.
Jacob has done it in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Send us pictures of like his table full of nuggets.
Yes.
How many nuggets was that in one sitting, Jacob?
Oh, gosh, too many. I felt kind of sick. And tenders, too. There was a lot.
Now,
there was about half dozen places at once.
We do this dumb thing on Baconsale, and by we, I mean Jake and myself, is we go on diets every 2 months. And it's like these crash diets, and like we would love to do these food shows because they're quite popular.
Yes.
We would like to do them every month, and we could, and it could be new and fun, but we do maybe 1 to 2 a year, and Joel's ready to go. Like, he wins every single time.
You say wins,
guys.
but it should really be in quotation marks.
Hey, guys.
So wins,
Yeah.
because
I won
there's
again.
never a real
Joel, we know.
competition. He just
Kent
wins.
tried. Kent
Quotation
tried to
marks.
sneak around me and win this one by not telling me that he went to a couple of the restaurants without me.
Near the end, so I ditched Joel a few times on these challenges, even
Yes,
though
to get ahead.
it's more fun to go together and we have the same experience.
Just because Joel gloats about finishing these first.
And so I went actually to Dairy Queen on my own and didn't tell him and was willing to go to lunch with him so I could be like, already had it.
Yeah.
But then he totally beat me. He went to like 2 places in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did to finish it off. But so we were talking about it because we did our fries show not too long ago.
Well, we started with pizza. Remember, like season 1, season 2.
A bunch of different fast food
And we did
restaurants,
fries as well. We've done
Well, in the fast food for thought.
fast food. We've done complete menus.
At Burger King and McDonald's and Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
And we're going to come up with a new one soon as well.
Oh, but this one was one where we talked about, fries were ones where we're like, yeah, try all the different fries places. We thought, let's do nuggets. And then we thought, well, what about tenders? And we thought, there's no way we're going to do a nuggets show and a tenders show. So we've combined them.
We've combined. That makes sense.
Does it?
It does.
Nah, they can't be separate shows. It just doesn't make.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Nuggets, that's an interesting show.
This should just be a two-part
Tenders
show.
is a boring show.
That's why it's lumped into this one.
Yeah. Lump, that's a really interesting word usage
Is it
right
more?
there.
Is it more boring than a Nuggets show?
Nuggets are interesting.
Why?
Like, for example,
Just because they're divisive?
Joel, let's go through the history
Oh, this is a good
of
idea.
chicken nuggets.
Let's hear
Chicken
this.
nuggets. Chicken nuggets, yeah.
So chicken nuggets were invented in the 1950s by a man named Robert C. Baker.
He was a food science professor at Cornell University.
Did you know he's also a member of the American Poultry Hall of Fame? And that's a thing.
Huh, I'm in there too.
Wait, how? Why?
Eating the most nuggets at once.
In one day.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You crammed those nuggets, literally
Actually,
and figuratively.
Jacob, that's not true because Thomas Wellborn holds the world record for eating the most chicken nuggets in 3 minutes. You want to guess how many chicken nuggets this guy ate in 3 minutes?
I just
so
haven't set my
worried.
application yet.
Take a guess.
In 3 minutes?
Just 3 minutes. How many nuggets?
3 minutes, 100 nuggets.
80.
You guys both overestimated. It's 42. So apparently
Okay.
this is very beatable. By you guys.
No, it
That's
is
a
not.
weak sauce score is what
No.
that is.
Have
No.
you eaten 42 nuggets in
Obviously,
3 minutes?
yeah.
I was just thinking those food challenges where they dip everything in water to just help
Yeah,
it go
those are
down.
insane.
I got sick thinking about
Yeah.
dipping chicken
Yeah.
nuggets in water.
But back to Robert C. Baker. He actually called the original nugget was called the Chicken Crispy.
Did you know he never made
a
any
good name,
money
actually.
off of his patent?
He never did?
Never.
Why not?
He's like Philo T. Farnsworth of chicken nuggets.
That's the guy who invented television for
In
all you
fact,
kids out there.
speaking of nicknames, so he was called the George Washington Carver of poultry.
George
Who called him
that? George Washington Carver being the guy who invented peanut butter?
Yes.
Okay.
But of poultry.
But of poultry.
Who called him that?
Save it for a
didn't-
George Washington Carver show.
didn't
We should do a peanut butter show.
Oh. Because then we can finally determine if it's GIF or GIF.
It's Jif on the
Well,
peanut
yes,
butter.
it is GIF because it's a peanut butter
Yeah.
called GIF.
Yeah, that makes
GIF.
sense.
Yes. So they actually did a study. The American Journal of Medicine did a study, and they analyzed the composition of chicken nuggets from 2 different American fast food chains.
Ooh, I read this article.
They found that less than half of the material was skeletal muscle or meat.
Yeah.
Wait, when you say less than half, would you say like 46%?
46 is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
about
did
that,
you see it?
Yeah.
Yes. With fat occurring in equal or greater quantities. Other components included epithelial tissue, meaning
Delicious.
skin, and bone, nervous tissue, and connective tissue. Yum, yum, chicken nugget, yum, yum, yum.
Hey, could I get an extra barbecue sauce for that bone tissue?
Please, give me some of that connective tissue and epithelial tissue. I can't even say
I
it.
don't care for it.
Joel, I'm glad to hear you saying this side of it because it feels like you're always defending the nugget, saying it's, they're like perfectly just white meat and stuff.
No, they're white. That's the thing is, I can tell you stories, and I showed you videos if you actually watch them, Jacob.
I have watched them
We'll
multiple
get to that
times.
when we talk about that
unfortunately.
restaurant.
Well, so now, I mean, like we talk about what chicken nuggets are made of, and we're done in this study, but back then it was a lot more basic. They didn't have all the chemicals and everything to put it together. In fact,
Right.
that's why he came along and why he is in the Hall of Fame for the Poultry Association, because he came up with like
Stop making up associations.
turkey
Kim.
bacon, turkey hot dogs. Like he came up with all this stuff. And so he invented a way to keep the ground meat together without a skin and with a skin and just get the right batter to hold it together. Mm-hmm. And so he created breading and everything because before it was just meat that was just separating and they couldn't really get it to work. And so what he did, he coated the meat in vinegar, salt, grains, and milk powder, and then he used egg and grain-based batter that could be fried and frozen. So
Delicious.
he came up with this whole process and gave us what we know, and granted, a probably much more healthy version of the chicken nugget back then.
Probably.
to what we know now.
Well, if you think about it, gentlemen, a chicken nugget really is a green food, an earth-friendly food.
Wait, hold on.
What?
They say white meat.
It's an earth-friendly food because they're taking the little bits that won't make it into a full sandwich, into a full fillet, and they're pressing them together so that people will actually use them. This is a healthy, delicious food.
Oh, really? Interesting you say that, Joel, with complete sincerity. Because
It's
I'm going to give you...
conscious. Chicken nuggets are earth conscious.
I'm gonna give
If you
you-
love the earth, you'll eat chicken nuggets.
Okay, so all my research is based off of how unhealthy this stuff is. In fact,
Which is to say
Healthy,
very
but-
unhealthy.
I shouldn't have said healthy, but earth-friendly.
What do you mean earth-friendly?
This is the Captain
Like
Planet
it will
of
kill you
foods.
and you'll become one with the dust?
You're saying it's very green food because you're eating more of the parts.
Yes, you're not wasting. You're wasting less chicken.
Oh,
That's
so
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
eating bugs.
Yeah,
It's like using
They're
all of
high
the
in
buffalo,
protein.
Kent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. We're eating all the buffalo here.
So reduce, reuse, recycle, and eat 1,300
I mean, unfortunately, if they were really serious about this, though,
sodium.
Joel, we would have the chicken feet and the chicken beaks and stuff, you know?
It just
Well, except for
seems
there's no
wrong.
beaks or feet in most of the chicken nuggets out there.
Most.
Well, I mean, FCC, like not FCC, what's they called? The FDA.
FDA,
They kind of shut that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
throw
too
random
bad.
parts
I
of
miss the
nuggets.
old days, you know, more fiber.
Yeah.
Well, so you say earth friendly, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I would like to try to pronounce. And I know that there's not exactly a lot of chicken actually in these. Isn't it mostly fat?
Well, no, they said that on the study they did when they took the 2 unnamed fast food restaurants,
It's weird they didn't name them.
they said it was mostly fat and their
Like a
name was a
liability.
misnomer.
Yeah, it makes sense. And there's a chemical, and I think it's in the breading, and it's called dimethyl polysiloxane. And according to BMC Pharmacology, it's used to treat head lice.
Well, I don't want lice in my chicken nuggets.
Honestly, this makes sense.
So why would I want them?
Might as well protect us from
Yes.
lice while feeding us
Joel,
chicken nuggets.
You have a good point
Yeah.
with you don't want lice in your chicken nuggets.
No.
And Jake, when you say it makes sense, what do you mean?
Anti-lice, obviously. You don't want your chicken to have lice, and you don't want to have lice.
This chemical is also used for making silly putty, and it makes it rubbery and stretchy
Silly
as well.
putty,
Oh, so this
another
is
favorite
for the
thing.
chicken. This is a bonding thing for the
It's
chicken.
another great thing from my childhood. Chicken nuggets and silly putty.
and what
Guys,
it
I
does-
can't tell you how relieved I am right now because I thought I was going to come into this show and you were going to just defend chicken nuggets and how.
Well, they're absolutely delicious, and I do enjoy them.
Okay, but I mean, at least you're saying both sides, which
oh,
I'm
yeah.
so grateful.
So I've
about.
been
We're
noticing-
bacon, so that's what we do every time.
I've been noticing that like my gut's kind of coming back after my last diet, which means I need another crash diet.
time to crash diet.
And it's because of
Chicken
these
nuggets
nuggets.
not healthy, kids.
It's because of these nuggets.
Eat chicken nuggets.
No.
No.
And Jake, I'm actually worried
terrible.
about you because you ate so many in such a short time frame.
Honestly, I don't like nuggets. Just full disclaimer, and so I don't ever eat them. This is the only time I'm
You
doing
didn't like
it.
fries either, so
I like fries.
not the good ones.
Yeah, not
no,
the best
I like
ones.
good ones. Five Guys. I like
Oh,
them.
okay. Five Guys
Five Guys
did
was
win.
tasty.
Yeah,
we did
that won, and that's my favorite.
So how did you do the research on how nuggets are made now? Like the basic method, not just like McDonald's or Burger King, like how they make nuggets.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's deboned.
Yes.
The chicken is cut. It's shaped the correct size by a series of automatic blades or a process called grinding.
Yeah.
Don't look up that app. Grinding, it debones the softer parts of the chicken carcass by pushing them through a mesh, leaving behind the solid pieces, resulting in a meat paste.
Yes.
And so, yeah, you think about meat paste, you're like, gross, but what it's doing is it's sifting, all the heavy parts, all the bone parts,
All the stuff you don't
essentially.
want in your nuggets.
Exactly.
It's ground beef, essentially, just in nugget form, in chicken form.
Right. And then it's shaped. And also, fun fact, people eat an average of 84 pounds of nuggets each year.
Really?
Yes.
Wait,
Wait,
people
what do you
above
mean,
the age of
people?
6?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Like it probably like
You
three.
mean like the average person
The
eats
average
84 pounds?
person eats 84 pounds. You think about it. You go to McDonald's and you're getting 20 nuggets sometimes for $5.
I know.
I haven't done that since I was like 16.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I love chicken nuggets. I think chicken nuggets are tasty. But that's not to say I get them whenever I go with places because they do seem more like a juvenile food, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why tenders are actually overtaking nuggets right now.
Are they actually like
Yes.
as far as sales go?
Like,
Because they're much more expensive.
Sales of nuggets are down and tenders are going up.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tenders have like real chicken. Like you can see like the chicken cuts as opposed to like processed, fluffed, and then 46% chicken.
Processed fluff.
And I guess that's the difference. I would say most of the ones. So we're going to go through a ranking. We're going to go worst to first.
Yes.
Based on our combined scores.
Now, we have to also clarify that no, hold on. I have to look at the numbers here. We have 13 tenders, but we're not getting into that now. And we have 11 restaurants that give nuggets. It surprised me that we chose fast food restaurants, generally speaking, nationwide, generally speaking, just the kind of ones you expect nuggets to have. Because the truth is you can get nuggets almost anywhere. Like I was at a Mexican restaurant the other day and they're like, do you want chicken nuggets at the kids meal? And I'm like, no, you don't get chicken nuggets at a Mexican restaurant.
They're just so easy. you know? Yeah.
But the kids will eat them. So, but we narrowed it down to 11 places that are kind of known for their nuggets.
Right.
And we put them in a scientific matrix, like an actual legit.
We will be throwing this up on
Mathematical.
Patreon as well.
weighted based on these categories: overall taste, chicken quality, breading, sauce, and what we called re-buyability.
Re-buyability is kind of your experience there and the price.
It's like sort
Would
of
you- would you buy
I
it
took it
again?
as like an instinctual. what's my interest in going back?
Well,
on a scale
also,
of 1 to 4?
what your experience was when you were there, how long it took, if it was weird service, and
So each of us went through and independently, without looking at each other's scores, put our scores in. Then we combined all our scores together, and we came up with our top 11
official list, which I don't think is anyone's list, but combined, this is the Baconsale.
Hashtag Baconscience.
Baconscience.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah. I like that.
On our Chicken Nuggets show. That's where we coined that.
Yes. But yeah, and we can put this up on Patreon so that patrons can see kind of what this is.
We could call this a
behind the
proprietary algorithm for determining the ranking.
We definitely could. We may need to remove some branding on our matrices here.
So obviously we each have our favorites and least favorites, and they'll kind of go through there. But our combined rankings, we're going to go through for 11 to 1 for the Nuggets.
Yes.
And we'll jump into tenders after that.
You guys want to put a guess on the largest chicken nugget ever?
I saw this, but I forgot
Well,
what
it
it was.
could be infinite sized because you just combined a bunch of chicken fluff together and fry it.
Exactly.
In batter.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think someone
10
did?
pounds.
10 pounds, you say?
Yeah.
35 pounds?
51.1 pounds.
That's disgusting.
33.25 feet long, 2 feet wide, and was created by Empire Kosher.
Here's the problem with that is a chicken nugget,
2013.
it's got the appropriate breading for the size. And if you have a 51-pound nugget, they have to dig in.
It's still only 46% chicken.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
25 pounds of chicken.
We should also clarify that we included, in the chicken nuggets, we included boneless wings at some places.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are basically chicken nuggets for adults. And then we also included
Popcorn
chicken
chicken for nuggets.
For nuggets.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that is important clarification. And there is a big difference, as we've discussed, like between the processed and...
it is. It seems a little unfair to compare the non-processed chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
the kid chicken nuggets, to kind of more the adult chicken nuggets. But at the same time, you can find the
If
best
it's,
of the
if it's
processed.
about
Yeah.
the same price then and same name, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right.
it's boneless. They're bite-sized. Same thing.
Okay, we need to move quick. So
Let's do
what
this.
is our number 11 nugget?
Are coming in last from the
worst nugget.
collective matrices. I don't know, whatever.
That's deep.
Is Sonic.
Sonic Drive-In. And
This
actually,
is a popcorn chicken.
I believe this got... Oh, no. Jacob gave some other restaurants a lower score than this one.
I did. In fact,
did?
Sonic came in maybe 3/4 the way down.
Yeah,
So.
but Kent and I, this is our lowest ranked one.
I almost gave this one like a 20% score, like a 2 out of 10 essentially.
Yeah, well, this was... So we got the popcorn chicken here. We're only going to discuss the popcorn chicken.
Yes.
They're not good.
But it was... whenever you go to a Sonic Drive-In, which you don't know, it's the place where you go in and you pull up to a speaker, you tell them what you want, they come out in the roller skates and give you your food.
Do
In
they ever
theory.
really do that?
In theory.
Sure.
But then if you go inside the restaurant, it's like you're robbing the place. Like you walk in and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Well, I just want some popcorn."
It's weird
chicken."
because it's a repurposed credit union or bank when you go in there because there's a small little lobby where they don't expect people to be,
Very few people go there.
you guys know this
But
restaurant-
there's regular drive-through now, though. It's not just the drive-in.
which takes, honestly, 35 minutes to get
They
through.
can't
Well, no,
be
that's the
really
problem.
long.
Yeah.
So when Kent and I went there, it was a weird vibe. There was
Yes.
like 2, maybe 3 people working the entire restaurant, and they were so far behind. Like a dude came in and canceled his order because they were taking too
He
long.
was
and-
swearing at the cashier.
And we were sitting there like, we'll just stick around. But then our food came relatively quick.
Do you know why? Because we got his food. No, we literally
You ordered a bunch of
got
nuggets,
his food,
popcorn chicken.
because my food was so dry.
It was very dry.
essentially just breading
Yes.
pieces.
The popcorn chicken was mostly breading. It was weird. We ranked sauces.
Yeah.
Not as like this. I think the sauces was only, let me look here.
By the way, it's very
10%
humbling
of
to
the
say,
score.
they're like, what kind of sauce do you want? And I'm usually like, barbecue, of course.
Yeah.
But we every time we go, we say, one of each.
Yeah. well, I'd say, what do
Did you
have?
guys have any trouble with that? Because
Yes.
Oh, really? I was surprised. Every time I said that, they were like, "Yeah, okay,
Most places they were fine with it.
yeah."
There were only 2 that said, we'll give you like 3 free, and then it's 25 cents per.
2? I can
Really?
only 1. You have to let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just funny because like I'd go, what do you have? I'll take 1 of each. And I felt so like Rockefeller, even though it's like free little packets of sauce.
Honey mustard, as far as the eye can see.
Anyway, but this was just rubbery chicken, mostly breading.
So
not
you guys,
appetizing.
now I know Kent doesn't go to Sonic frequently. Joel,
No.
do you go to Sonic ever?
No, they have their like 50-cent corn dogs sometimes. We'll go
So
there.
Cream
see, I
slushes.
grew up.
That's it.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
grew up
cream
having
slushies.
Sonic, and there's a few staples for me that I really like there. So I go occasionally. Now the popcorn chicken can be terrible, and I've also had it be okay.
Most of my experience with
At
Sonic
best,
have been
it's
meh.
literally okay, and so that's why it's 3/4.
Which, by the way, they were
last.
founded in 1953, and they have 3,615 locations.
This is known as one of the most caloric chains in America, and they so much that they refuse to post their ingredients online. You can't find what's actually in their chicken. Every other place will be very honest with the 40 ingredients that are in each chicken nugget.
And they're hiding this?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to be like full disclosure now.
Yeah, and they're one of the highest in sodium per gram of chicken.
This is actually the parent company of Sonic Drive-In is the same that runs Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings. So you think they'd be a little more open.
Sonic is kind of the worst with service too. I know that's a fast food show, but
No, they are.
They really
agree.
are. Which sucks because I actually like a lot of the food, like the cream slushies. Those are delicious, and
are
they have
delicious.
a great food or a great drink options. And
That's about it. They should have shakes and drinks.
Go there for drinks.
I need to have you try Supersonic Hickory Cheeseburger.
Knock it off.
This is
please.
a barbecue burger.
This is the guy
thing
who
is
sits there
good.
and bashes on McDonald's every 5 seconds. He's like, oh, Sonic is where it's
Most
at.
caloric burger ever. This thing is fantastic.
Calories are awesome, Jacob.
Okay, let's
it's
keep
actually
going.
calories Latin for awesome tasting.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. You're agreeing with me. Okay, coming in at number 10 for chicken nuggets is Carl's Jr.
What kind of chicken nuggets are these?
Stars.
Okay, you
Carl's
can
Jr.
get 4 stars for $1.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, and the
Seems wrong.
stars, I was going to say, so Carl's Jr. founded in 1941, and they only have 1,400 locations, but combined, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, which are essentially the same restaurant, have 3,600 locations.
It's Stars at Hardee's too, right?
I believe so, but
Yeah.
the stars, and they're definitely for kids. These are not nuggets you'll find on the
Yes.
main menu. They usually come with a kid's meal. Like I had to ask, do these come with it?
You're like, give me the
separately?
stars. I need the stars by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one the most dippable award because there are 5 points from which to dip.
True.
That's true.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
true.
I like these
Kent,
awards.
you gave this the lowest ranking out of the three of us.
I did.
And so you were not impressed.
Cheap and easy and treats your stomach that way. Because
They
these
are
things
cheap.
are greasy. In fact, I found through research, they inject these chicken stars with dehydrated chicken fat and beef fat. So they're just pumping fat.
Those are two of my favorite kind of fats.
That just made me like it a little better.
Dehydrated chicken fat.
I'm in. I'm totally in.
Like they go to the frozen food section. They're like, oh, chicken stars. Well, it's one step above chicken dinos, I guess. And they just pump them full of fat. That's not good.
Honestly, I never had these until I was doing it for this show, and I was surprised that they were edible at all.
And I like Carl's Jr. as a place.
Yes.
There's decent food there. I'm not going to say great, but really decent food.
Yeah.
This is when you want actually to punish your kids. Like you want them to die a slow death. Wow. Where did I go with that?
This one, okay, so my experience with the nuggets at Carl's Jr. was that they were hot, they were fresh, the texture was good, little to no flavor whatsoever.
Okay.
That was my experience as well.
Like I was like, hey, the texture's here. This is kind of nice. But then I did.
But then there's no flavor.
I was in the sauce, but I'll tell you what, the sauces were good.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was my complaint. Is I
really?
hated their sauce options.
They have 4 hot sauce.
I give them like 1 out of 4 on sauces.
honey mustard, barbecue, ranch, and buffalo. And each one, I was like, yeah, I like this.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like their barbecue.
Seriously.
Yes.
Even the buffalo. Like one of my favorite things is dipping it in buffalo sauce and dipping it in ranch.
This got my worst sauce rating of every restaurant.
It's because there were so few where you just didn't like the
there's
taste.
so few, and then they're in the little tubs too, which
Yeah.
I think are so
But then you get
antiquated
points-
now.
points
They're
at
like
the star.
handmade tubs.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Handmade.
So sometimes barbecue sauce will be in just a tub that someone put together, and you're like, you touched this.
Oh no, I'm okay with that. It's like these packages are like the size of my thumb. It's like thank you for my sauce packet the
Those are for
size of
kids.
my
That's
thumb.
why
These
you
are
have a
stars.
Jake,
for
that's,
kids.
that's why you have a star. It's the most dippable.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
All right. So now
Number 9.
Number 9 is
Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle. Now this is chicken rings.
Okay. We just made fun of
From
chicken stars.
to rings.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of the biggest discrepancies we had because you two were giving it very low ratings. Some of the lowest ratings
Because it
and
was terrible.
It's up in my top 4.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
explain yourself, sir.
I don't know. I don't
do you
know
mean?
what is wrong with me. I bit into this thing. I'm like, that is obviously processed, and the flavor was pleasing, and the texture was pleasing.
There's no flavor.
No, there was definitely flavor there because I don't know. Maybe this is a nostalgia thing. I don't remember getting these as a kid, but it really was one of those. Ooh! In fact, this was.
What do you mean, woo?
When I got done with the chicken nugget
I
challenge,
tasted nothing.
when I got done with the chicken nugget
Flour.
challenge, this was one of the only ones that I would actually go back and eat in that
Arctic
in the short
Circle?
thing. Yeah,
You knock it
I
off.
don't know why.
I feel like you're lying to
I
us.
don't know why, but this was one where I love the chicken rings.
Did you consider trying
They're
a good
low
one to
quality.
want to go back to?
They're low quality, but I love the flavor and I love the texture. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to beat up on this. It's like finding the scrawniest, ugliest kid and then making fun of him. Right? I just can't do it. Like these were terrible.
I felt guilty while eating these because you take a bite out of the ring and you have two sides of this weird processed chicken staring at you right in the eyes.
I know, it's delicious.
It's not just one side where you're going, what
Guys,
am I eating?
I kind of want one of these right now.
No!
I literally want to go to Art Circle right now.
I didn't even finish mine. I had like 1.5.
Yeah. And just lubricate it with oil.
And I loved it. They had four sauces.
What about the batter? There was no
I
batter.
liked the
It was
breading.
just this really thin breading that was...
The sweet and sour I wasn't a big fan of. They had 4 sauces. The sweet and sour I wasn't a fan of. Ranch was good. It was a buttermilk ranch. Honey mustard, I liked the mild flavor there. Barbecue sauce was good. Oh, they had
Solid.
5 actually because I dipped it in the fry sauce too, which I love. Art Circle fry sauce. So
So that was number 9.
It was a fast drive-through experience, very personable service. I don't know why you guys knocked this one down so much because I liked it.
Yeah, sorry, Art Circle.
Tasted like flour.
All right, Jake, what's our number 8?
Number 8 is Burger King.
Burger King. Hey, we haven't talked about this since episode 170. We ate everything at Burger King.
Wow.
Back in August of 2018.
I got to say, Burger King probably wins for me for value, though.
This is Best Value Award.
You can literally get, I think it's 10 nuggets for $1.49.
Yeah, and sometimes they're $1 as well. So 10 nuggets for $1.
But
Way to go, Burger
or
King.
$1.50.
But
there is definitely a $1.
Joel and I went to Burger King together. We actually started the challenge out with McDonald's and Burger King.
we got them on the same day.
And can I tell them?
I want to hear this.
Let's talk about it. We've talked about gross stuff.
So what we did is we separated and we went, okay, here's your plate of nuggets and tenders. Here's mine. And as we opened the Burger King nuggets.
You're jumping ahead here.
Okay.
We get to the... We
Oh,
get,
yeah.
We're at
So you're
the
talking about
drive-thru.
the actual experience.
Well, I'm saying this is just a little brief thing. We get to the drive-thru and we're like, okay, we want chicken fries, chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, spicy nuggets.
Yes.
We get to the window. She was so confused. And then we get to the window and she gives us 2 orders of regular nuggets. And then
How was that
tenders,
confusing?
2 orders
Well,
of
she didn't give
nuggets.
us any spicy.
No spicy and no chicken fries. We
Yeah.
got like nothing. So it was.
So we just got
weird.
duplicates of what we didn't want to buy in the first place.
Yes.
Made us really sad. And then when I opened them and I said, okay, here we go. And people were kind of laughing at us like, why do you have so much gross chicken? And I said, nah, come on. It's Burger King. We've eaten everything on the menu there. We trust it. I say in air quotes. Yeah. I looked at 2 pieces of chicken nuggets.
Uh-oh.
I said, Joel, what is that? Because on the outside of a chicken nugget was a cooked feather.
It looked like a feather. We don't know if it was a feather.
Joel, in your heart of hearts.
My note says Kent looked like it had a growth on it, which made me sick.
It was a flaky feather hanging on the side that was kind of breaded as well.
There's no...
Like they slaughtered
it
the
couldn't have been a
chicken in
feather.
there,
Well, I mean, that
pushed it
makes
through the
sense.
mesh sieve, and left a feather. I didn't even hate the nuggets when we did our original challenge because they're $1.50.
Yeah.
This has turned me off them for good. Seeing
Well,
that feather
And-
or whatever
and for me,
it was.
It took me at least 3 days to get over it before I ordered them for my kids. it was $1.49
stop that
for 10
right now.
nuggets. No, it was literally like I think it was the next week. My wife was like, I can't think of a dinner. I'm like, I'll just grab something for Burger King, and they had like 10 nuggets for $1.50, and I went, let's just
So
get that.
cheap. It's so cheap.
I
mean, they're made out of feathers, apparently. So
I do appreciate the chicken fries. I like 10 points for
appreciate just because
variety.
they're being weird.
And those are more
Yeah.
those are more in the nugget category because they're
Yes.
that processed meat.
Yeah.
Which they made those specifically because they wanted to appeal to more grown-ups, like chicken nuggets for grown-ups. And
Yeah.
like, if we call them
No.
chicken fries, that's more grown-up, right?
Yeah, except it's just all breading.
Yeah.
right. So best value, but still number 8.
And they don't have spicy nuggets. I couldn't get them when we ate everything on the menu.
Yeah.
They came back and I'm like, okay, I'll get them. I went back again. They're like, yeah, we don't sell those anymore. So I hate you, Burger King.
Whoa, take it easy.
No spicy nuggets. No spicy your nuggets.
I'm confused.
They had
Watch
5
out.
sauces, by the way: honey mustard, honey mustard, barbecue, buffalo, ranch, and sweet and sour. Barbecue is definitely the best.
Run of the mill sauces. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had any standouts, I don't think, for sauces yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay, next up, number 7?
Number 7, Kent. What is it?
Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's.
I ranked Wendy's higher than you guys, but Joel, will you tell some facts about Wendy's?
Jacob really did not like Wendy's. That was one of his lower rated ones.
Not as low as Burger King, was it? About the same?
Let me look here. You actually...
Pretty close, but just under Burger
Yeah,
King.
you put this one pretty low. I was surprised, actually, because they have 4-piece, 6-piece, and 10-piece options. The 6-piece was only $1.80, which I was like, oh, that's not bad.
I'm going to give this the best combo award because when you get the 4 for $4, chicken nuggets come with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of supplemental. It's a supplemental heart attack, to be honest with
Actually,
you.
I have to say, I was a little mad at them because I like their spicy ones.
That's the best part.
I like
Yeah.
the spicy
And
ones.
they're
And
gone.
they're gone as of right now.
But they're coming back.
Apparently they're coming back. So I was
not
mad
the
at them when I
big
read
one.
this.
Why would they do that?
Because the regular ones don't taste like anything to me. I don't care. Spicy ones, I would have ranked those way higher because those
Maybe.
have flavor.
Yeah, but sometimes it's spicy. I feel like they put the spicy on processed chicken to cover up the taste.
Well, that's exactly what needs to happen. I remember the spicy
agree.
ones, and they're good.
because spicy dipped in their barbecue sauce,
Yes,
which is tasty.
that works.
Is a great mix.
But no, when they're plain, it's just like eating garbage.
I thought the barbecue sauce was too sweet and kind of bland, actually. I wasn't impressed with this sauce.
with any of the sauces?
No, with the barbecue sauce.
Okay, specifically,
But
right.
these nuggets, Wendy's nuggets, heavily depend on the sauce. There's not a lot
Yeah.
of flavor in them. It's mostly fluff.
that kind of
much
goes
like Wendy's
for,
food.
That goes for most of the nuggets. Period.
This one, though, in particular, I was just like, I'm not getting much out of this one.
And
that's exactly my thought.
This isn't Wendy's fact alone, but 20% of the fat in Wendy's chicken nuggets is saturated fatty acids, which is probably true for everything, but that can risk your cholesterol, also your brain function and memory, which clearly it is doing for me right now because I probably had Wendy's nuggets. But this stuff will kill you.
Wendy's does have the Sawsum. Is that the sauce?
Sawsum sauce?
Sawsum sauce. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good sauce.
It
I
is
thought.
pretty good
Yeah,
sauce.
it's not bad. All
It's
right.
a unique one. I like when they have unique sauces.
In number 6, so we're tipping on almost on the good side here. We have, and this is one of the most classic ones on there. We have McDonald's.
The Golden Arch Standard.
Came right in
So,
the middle.
Chicken McNuggets. I mean, chicken McNuggets.
People are going to be mad right now.
Well, the thing
Well,
is,
just wait, listener, because our reasoning is very clear.
but if you notice, this is the highest of the processed.
yes,
Yeah.
Like this is where if you're going to get processed nuggets, McDonald's is where to get it.
And even I, the McDonald's, hater, technically,
Yes.
I rank this the highest of the nuggets.
Of all the nuggets?
Of all the
wow,
processed
Jacob.
nuggets.
You did rank it higher than both Kent and I, interestingly enough.
So McDonald's claims that they invented the chicken nugget.
Well,
Liars.
chicken McNuggets.
Well, no, in
They invented
1970.
the chicken McNugget. Good for them.
So they patterned this recipe in 1979. They actually started selling it in 1980. And so a lot of people do give them credit because they probably never really had one at a fast food place before
No, they
that.
probably kicked it into high gear there. When we got it, unfortunately, it was cold when
Yeah.
we got ours because we had to run all the way to McDonald's and then the Burger King fiasco happened. But it still tasted like childhood to me. And definitely better than Burger King.
It is
finished
better
all
than
these
Burger
ones.
King because I
It is.
couldn't taste the feathers. Also, it is weird. Their breading is so unique. It's more of a shell
It is.
than anything.
Oh,
It's a really clever shell. is
yeah.
what
Well,
it
yeah.
is.
It's like a
Clever.
Tempura. It's almost
You
tempura.
just said it's a clever shell.
That's exactly
for
what it
chicken
is.
McNuggets.
It is.
It's like a tempura they put on the outside.
It's clever because it's like you're not eating chicken. It's like its own brand of food entirely.
Yeah. Well, I read my notes here and I kind of had to shudder because I remember the barbecue sauce tasted rancid.
Yeah.
And then there was a hole in the top of the container as if someone had inserted like a syringe in there. And so I was like, I'm not touching that anymore. So it was a weird
That's very
experience.
unusual.
I got to give props to McDonald's though. Like they get a hard time from like certain people on this show. But in August 2016, McDonald's they announced their chicken nuggets were made with 100% white meat.
Yep. I watched the video.
By the way, that video.
It's
I like
actually
the- I like
breast meat, rib meat, and tenderloin go to the chicken nuggets. The dark meat, such as legs and thighs, do not. It is 100% white meat.
Right, and so now they're lower in calories, fat, sodium, and carbs than in the previous recipe. But Super Size Me, and I think this was back before 2016. It may be why they changed it. You've seen Super Size Me, right,
yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
So they said
The McDonald's documentary.
original McNuggets were made from chickens that were just old. They were too old to lay eggs, so they used them for chicken McNuggets. It's the dark, old
funny.
meat. But Joel, you did send a video out, and maybe we can share this on Facebook, where it was basically
Grant Imahara from Mythbusters.
an advertisement for McDonald's.
It
and
is.
it was the biggest sham
It's-
I've ever
No,
seen.
no.
It's a
They
McDonald's
hired us to-
promotional video.
No,
is
that's
what it is.
They did that for him. It's like that was what Grant was doing after Mythbusters. He was doing these kind of little promos for things. Like people ask questions, he goes and finds out.
It was the fakest thing I've ever seen, Joel.
That was a fake.
Because the whole time they're like, yes, we don't use pink slime. How dare you
No,
say
it-
that?
it-
And then they
your source is
they
like
broke open a chicken nugget and
like
it sounded like
Velcro.
Velcro. Also, it said compensation provided by McDonald's.
Right.
At the beginning of the video.
No, it is an ad, but they're showing the behind the scenes of this how nuggets are made to dispel any rumors of pink slime because they have sued people for saying they have pink slime.
And they don't. They don't. No pink slime.
I like
but
how
now
there's no
real
pink slime,
phony,
and then
though.
you watch part of the video, and there's like this gooey pink, chicken stuff.
It's not
that's
the pink
still
slime though. Like when they show the pink
No,
slime,
it's a big mush
It's like they
pile.
show the soft serve ice cream thing coming
Yeah,
out.
no, that's
So-
clearly not it, but it is very reminiscent of that. in the promotional
It's
video.
processed by
even.
Tyson Foods. Tyson Chicken. You know Tyson Chicken.
I do know Tyson Chicken because I've seen it on the where they raise their chickens, and it's horrifying.
We don't want to talk about that because it makes us sad.
I could talk about that.
The sausage is made.
I've been in there.
But if you want to hear more about McDonald's, you can listen to episode 84 of Baconsale. We ate everything at McDonald's.
But yeah, I'm not embarrassed to eat McNuggets. Like when
I
my
like
kids
chicken
have them
McNuggets.
and they don't eat all the rest, I'm like, oh, here we go.
I'll steal one.
Yeah.
It still doesn't taste like food to
No,
me.
no.
But I have to say, though, McDonald's gets props for sauces here because they had so much variety. I love that there's a hot mustard.
They had 8 sauces.
So many sauces. I mean, that's literally like twice as many as most of these places.
Yeah.
And so I gave McDonald's good props for sauce.
Yeah. All
So
right.
best processed nugget was McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. We're getting into the more chunk nuggets.
That sounds delicious.
Number what?
Chunk nuggets.
5?
That was Kent's nickname in college.
No, I hate that. Let's not say
In high
nuggets
school
anymore in the
and
show,
junior
please.
high.
All right, Jacob, you want to go for number 5?
Nursery. That is KFC / A&W.
By the way, did you guys know that A&W was founded in 1919?
Wow.
It's the oldest
Wait,
restaurant we
just
have
the
on here.
root beer? Root beer?
A&W restaurant. I
Oh,
think.
the restaurant was. Okay.
But then now they become the A&W. I have to admit, KFC used to be like this big icon. A&W was a great place to go and get root beer. Now that they've combined, it's kind of like they take the worst of both
Jack of all
worlds and
trades,
smash
master of
them
none.
together.
Yeah.
And we had the popcorn chicken here. They were larger than I expected,
There was a lot.
and there was more meat than maybe it's because I was comparing them to Sonic.
Mine were cold, and they were terrible.
Really?
They tasted like Sonic ones, basically.
Oh, I disagree. I think it was the right amount of crunch because for me, breading is very important. I generally
had no
like
crunch.
the lighter breading, but it's the right amount of crunch. But sad thing, and there are a few more pieces. This has 1,820 milligrams of sodium per serving,
Wow.
which is sometimes double what we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Ugh. By the way, one of my fun facts that I love about KFC is they only follow 11 people on Twitter. 6 guys named Herb and the 5 Spice Girls because of the 11 herbs and spices.
Pretty
funny.
amazing.
I was like, that's good marketing.
KFC was the first one where I really noticed the sauces being different. They had
They had some
they
good
had 8
sauces.
sauces as well.
yeah, but there were 2 that were like special to them, and they were spicier. Like
Remember
one was
what,
kind of a
remember
buffalo.
what that was called?
Oh yeah, creamy buffalo and they had spicy papa and hot sauce.
Spicy.
What was
Papa.
the ridiculous one? It was like our cool sauce.
No, they had finger licking sauce.
Yeah,
Finger licking, that's it.
That was
It's a
probably
sweet- It's like a sweet peppery
that
fry
was
sauce.
actually my favorite
That was a
one.
really good sauce, yeah.
I enjoyed that one too.
And their honey mustard was good too.
We're talking about unless you think we're judging them on their sauce. It was one of the things, but it's only like 10% of the overall score.
And also, before we ate these, we didn't just start dipping and we're like, oh, the sauce is good. We ate
Yes.
like one on its own.
We had to take a dry bite.
Yes.
And then we could dip it in the sauces, and we tried each one of the sauces.
Like I said, Baconscience.
We were really trying to be like scientific about this.
Proprietary algorithm.
Yeah. And Jacob basically just put them all in his mouth at once and then just kind of chewed them and then tried to distinguish in his mouth which one was which.
It's very easy to do once you try it.
So our number 4 is a weird one. Like this place keeps coming up on our shows, like Fast Casual as well, even though no one's really been here. It's Zaxby's.
How many locations do they have in Utah? There's a ton.
They have,
there?
Overall, they
Yes.
have over 900 locations.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, no, I see them everywhere now.
But they only started in August of 1990, so they're still relatively new to the game.
Okay.
So Zaxby's is, aside from horrible spelling in their menus, mostly a chicken place.
It's all double Z's.
It's like Zalad and Sandwich and all that terrible
yeah,
stuff.
we'll get there.
But we got the boneless buffalo wings.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about this is you could put the boneless buffalo wings in any of their wing sauces. From like, super mild to like super spicy, but they had I'm trying to remember. In fact, I gave this one the highest of the sauce scores. Because they had
Really?
marinara and ranch and Zax sauce and honey mustard.
Yeah,
and just a little
marinara
bit.
was kinda
They
weird.
had a buffalo sauce. They had like nuclear level stuff if you wanted it. I was impressed with the sauce range.
I think the reason this probably ranks so highly is because it is thicker pieces of chicken. It's more round pieces of chicken.
and this isn't processed chicken in the same
this
way.
is whole pieces of chicken in like chunks.
right. So there's less,
Which is really the only way you should sell chicken.
there's
in my
less
opinion.
breading per piece of chicken, but the chicken was tasty. It tasted fresh enough.
A little
It's still-
overpriced.
It is definitely overpriced.
Yeah.
But they're trying to sell you wings.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot they had the zestable dip, which had like horseradish in it, and I
Yep.
hated that.
Pretty off-putting.
But they're all. I think this had the best sauces, and I think in regard to the chicken, they have good chicken. The chicken quality score was high on this one for me as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's better. It's better than nuggets, but I still don't feel like it's great compared to the others.
This one kind of scored low for me on re-buyability because if I'm ever like, hey, I feel like nuggets, Zaxby's will probably be number 10 on my mind because it's not the top
Over
of my
Sonic?
mind. No, that's number 11, remember? But just I'll be like, hey, McDonald's or Zaxby's. And I'll be like, oh, McDonald's because it's faster and the drive-thru is much better. But yeah, Zaxby's still tasted good, but I'll probably rarely go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy
Same.
good snacks. I'm getting hungry now, guys. Let's go to Arc Circle. And get
No.
some
No, I'll never eat
That's
chicken
terrible.
nugget again.
chicken rings.
Definitely not doing
Not
that for a
chicken
while.
rings or stars or dinos.
Next up, let's let Jacob do this one.
Hey, we're in the top 3 now.
Top 3 chicken nuggets.
Okay, so the next one is sort of an outlier because there's only one location where we're at here in Utah. And
But there are about 63 nationwide, mostly in
Nationwide.
Florida. They have 44 locations just in Florida.
Oh, Florida is the spot, huh?
Yeah. I had to count these by hand because they don't have a Wikipedia page, Jacob.
That's my fault.
Hey,
But we were
neither
all,
do we.
I don't
we were
work
all
for
done.
BDQ, right?
We were all done. We were all done with our chicken nugget challenge. And Jacob's like, guys, please,
Hey,
let
you
PDQ
say that.
on the menu.
And then-
please
Say my name,
PDQ.
I like how you say that after I tell you guys, like, I don't think this experience is worth even
You got-
including it. And you're like, it's
No,
too
no.
late.
No,
We're
you got
putting it on.
gun shy.
No, Jacob. Here's the thing.
I wasn't
Jacob,
gun shy. I was like,
I can tell you exactly what happened. So Jacob said, guys, I'm going to say it. These are the best nuggets out there.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
I said,
Actually-
no, you pull it up.
I'll
I
pull
said
it
they're
up.
tier 1.
Thank you for buying those and driving them all the way here on a night where we recorded because I appreciate you driving these an hour away that we would have never had the experience.
Well, and you still didn't, which is actually the point I wanted to bring up, which is you guys had PDQ, but you had fried food an hour later. So it's not
We still
totally
put it through
fair.
the oven.
After Kent and I kind of went, okay, we tried it, and Jacob was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't put it on the list.
That's not what happened.
I don't want my baby to be hurt. Please take it off the list, please, please.
It's just so crazy, the fiction you come up with. So no, I assumed we would have an opportunity where you guys could have it fresh at some point, and when you couldn't, I said maybe we should take it off the list because you guys, it's not a equal comparison.
However, this gets the award for most original sauces.
They
Cool
had
sauces.
a lot of homemade sauces too.
All
They
homemade.
were awesome.
They were awesome.
This is the sauce. Like, if I could go somewhere and just get a bag full of sauce, like, what kind of sauces? 10 of everything, please. I'd be happy.
Just
with
take it all home. Yeah.
Because
Jacob-
they were very just.
I
subtle
said tier
differences,
1. It
but
might
awesome.
be a contender for the best. I said something like that.
Jacob though was like, "Hey, could you guys drive like an hour and a half down here so we can record down here so you can get fresh PDQ?" And we're like, "Just bring it up here, man."
Also, I didn't want to drive.
So you said that it's actually pretty crunchy. I will say, as far as consistency goes,
It wasn't
It
crunchy.
has the perfect
Well, yeah, it had both.
chicken to breading combination.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't crispy at all.
Actually-
it was like stuffing. It was like Thanksgiving stuffing on the
Yes,
outside.
yes. No, I actually agree. So it didn't get the highest ranks for me on the breading because the breading for me was okay. When you have it fresh, it's better than what you guys had, but still,
And
it's a
actually,
little too
dude,
thin. It's
by
not
the way-
it's not my ideal.
And I'm going to sell this place for you because it is
Okay.
our number 3.
Please, Ken, sell it, please.
They make it there.
They do,
Yeah.
they do. In fact, I brought a picture for you guys showing the batter that they put on it in the store.
And it was kind of weird,
Which is
It
crazy.
was part of your affiliate deal with PDQ, I understand, and why we spent so much time on PDQ.
Yeah. So no, they use raw chicken and then they
Well, they should really cook it. That's going to be a health hazard.
they do. So yeah, they bring in raw chicken, which is cool. Does anybody else do that? I don't think anyone else does that, do they?
El Pollo Loco, but that's not on the list.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
That's not a fast food.
But and then they put the breading and batter
another
there
place that
and
says
then
never
fry it
frozen
right
on
then.
Here. What was that? There was some place where it said never frozen.
Well, Wendy's claims that, but that's a lie.
Not with nuggets, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they fry it right there, and everything's fresh. When they're fresh, they were really good, which is why I wanted you guys to try them. Listener, the only location is in Lehi, Utah. That's in Utah. If you have a chance, I recommend trying it.
And you guys will give this a much higher score than I did. I was fine on it. I was like, it's mediocre. But
Yeah.
I felt like the chicken was fine. Like nothing really stood out to me. The sauces were the only thing where I was like, okay, this is a good variety here, and they make them all from scratch.
Yeah.
But I felt like and also I didn't know there was a difference between the nuggets and the tenders. I basically thought it was just like pieces of tenders.
Well, this one's
well,
kind
yeah,
of
that's
like,
kinda how it
this
goes,
is
yeah.
why it scores highly on the list because they're essentially smaller pieces of the tenders.
Of tenders, yeah, exactly.
And so it's
Yeah.
a little bit cheap, but at the same time, taste is good.
Cheap
and
as
you
in
can get a
unfair?
smaller.
It's unfair, yeah.
Yeah, a little unfair, but for kids, like it's a great tasting nugget.
But that's
So,
not unlike our number 1 and our number 2.
Yes. So our number 2.
Wait. Before we get this, we got to talk about the signage of PDQ too. Because if you ever
I
look,
tried to allude to it without bringing it up, Joel, because it's a little dirty.
It's not
Yeah, Joel, why you got to bring this up?
because please let me talk about it, guys.
All right.
Please.
Joel
Let you talk
loves-
about your favorite
So
subject.
Jacob
He
said,
loves toilet
when Jacob
humor.
was like, guys, I found my favorite restaurant in all the world and you must try it.
Never happened.
And he said, here,
One does not simply walk into PDQ.
here's the picture of it. And he sent me this thing. And every time, my in-laws live down kind of by where Jacob lives. And every time I drive by this restaurant, I look over and I'm like, that is the worst signage I've ever seen. Because it's just the letters PDQ.
Pretty darn quick.
But in the font that they have, it doesn't
Save it
look
for
like
the font show.
It doesn't look like PDQ. It looks like poo.
Yeah.
And I think it's terrible, and they need to
Joel,
definitely round
family
those out.
friendly. Why do you got to bring that into this? Bathroom
saying.
humor.
By the way,
Save it for
PDQ
our bathroom
it's not-
humor show?
PDQ stands for People Dedicated to Quality, according to
I don't think so.
According to their website.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. I did my research.
I made mine up.
God, I can't
I
find
don't
the
want to eat at a
conversation.
chicken place where part of the name is people. Like, to me, it feels like
Are you
cannibalism
sure
a
it's
little
raw
bit.
chicken, Jacob? Please eat this flesh. I swear it's chicken.
Soylent Green is
That's
PDQ.
why it tasted so good. Okay, number 2. Are we ready to move on?
So I'm going to give number 2 because this was my favorite.
Okay.
It's Popeyes.
I ranked this one very well as well.
I was going to say that was your highest ranked restaurant was Popeyes.
I am a
all time.
fanboy for Popeyes.
Hey, have you had the new chicken sandwich?
no.
Go have the new chicken sandwich.
Elapsed time. Let's take a little break. I'm going to go to Popeyes.
I've bought it 3 times in the last week.
You're a junkie. You need to stop.
I agree. Actually, I'm done for a long time.
Are you sure? Is it spicy?
It's really good. Yeah, they have a spicy.
Okay, so
well, we got both the buffalo and the regular from here. So,
and granted, so I love just kind of like this southern feel because you go to like a Tex-Mex place and it's not really authentic. That's how I feel about Popeyes. It's accessible for us people with lower taste buds, probably. And so they have some spicy sauces. The nuggets and the tenders are also kind of just spicy enough. But like the blackened ranch is so good.
It is good.
It's
and
very good.
it like the sauces are not as good as PDQ, but they are perfect for the kind of chicken you get. For me, this is just perfection for the breading. Like I
think it is the best breading on our list.
Yeah.
well, this
really
this
is.
is a boneless wing again. So this isn't like
Right.
a nugget per se, but I like how they infused some buffalo sauce into the wing. And I there was some sort of like, I don't know. I can't. The breading was crispy, but it had kind of this battery flavor to it. It was very, very delicious.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was fresh as well.
And I
for
swear,
Popeyes.
the lady at the drive-thru was Southern. Like she started
just faking the accent.
but it worked.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Yep, Southern comfort. This is going to be tasty."
By the way, everyone can hear Cruz right now because Cruz is about Cruz. Back from the dead.
Their Mardi Gras mustard was terrible, but I don't like Dijon stuff.
Right, I'm the same.
Their Cajun Sparkle Ranch, I was like, it tastes like ranch.
Cajun Sparkle? I
Cajun
don't
Sparkle.
remember.
That's my
It's
favorite
mustard.
My Little Pony, actually. Cajun Sparkle.
Bold barbecue, Bayou Buffalo, and Kent said I missed the Blackened Ranch because I didn't get that one.
It's
'cause
quite
Kent
good.
went there without me. That was one of those I want to go there, and he's like, "Oh, I've already been there."
Yeah.
They also have a blackened chicken option,
do.
which is good if you're trying not to eat carbs.
Yeah.
Except it's just steamed chicken.
It's actually still good,
But it's
though.
not terrible.
The taste is good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so that's our number 2. So that means for Nuggets,
Number 1.
guys, I wonder what it's going to be.
So this was not my number 1 choice. Kent, was this your number? This wasn't.
This is my
was-
number 2.
This was my number 1,
This is my number 3, I think.
but they averaged out to number 1, and it's Chick-Fil-A.
You basic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I was a little sad to see this was number 1.
What I said that we were doing a
Just
chicken
because it's
nugget
so
show,
obvious,
a chicken nugget
sorta,
show. Someone's
yeah.
like, "Well, Chick-fil-A is obviously number 1, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
We're like, no.
I mean, the chicken really is delicious.
Ended up being-
even without the sauce. They had 6 different sauces, which I like.
But they have good sauce.
It's just
Do you
good
like
without
Chick-fil-A
sauce?
sauce?
I do. I love Chick-fil-A sauce.
Everyone's
okay.
crazy about it. I
no,
think
no,
okay.
it's okay.
I'm a fan, but they have barbecue, Gardner Branch, Polynesian Chick-fil-A sauce, honey mustard, sweet and spicy.
They do
sriracha.
have options, and I like that they're extra wide too.
The sauces or the,
Yeah,
the dipping
the packets.
sauces. Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can do the rip on one side or the open up.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. So this is a little pricier than other places, but I feel maybe that's the price of quality because this is chunks of chicken breaded and deep fried.
When you go there,
Or
you're
pressure
totally
cooked.
willing
Not deep
to
fried,
pay the
pressure
extra
cooked.
amount just to get this. In fact,
Wait,
you
they don't
can-
fry them?
They do like this pressure cook thing, kind of like KFC does, where it's not like deep fried. Yeah,
I didn't
And
realize.
so you can get the crispy
they're
or
pressure cooked in oil.
or grilled, which I actually get grilled most of the time because
No,
once again, it's a diet
Sometimes the
option.
grilled is really dry.
So here's the thing about the grilled is my grilled nuggets that I got. It was like a chicken breast that had been partially chopped up. It wasn't even fully chopped up, so it was like just kind of this
Oh,
cut up piece
really?
of chicken. And that's what it is though. That's what when grilled nuggets they just take.
But
a
how
thing
is
and
it
chop
not
up.
delicious with a solution of salts, extra animal fat, and chemicals that taste like smoke?
So good.
Because that's what they do to their grilled nuggets.
So there you go. There's our top 11 chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and look, Chick-fil-A is, this is the unofficial Chick-fil-A matrix. You could score everything off Chick-fil-A because it deserves to be number 1 because most everyone
Think
would
so?
say, if you
Yeah.
did a survey,
I think so. I think it's very
this would be
tasty.
the number 1.
So
Even though it was my number 3.
And my
And
number
Kent's,
2.
Kent's number 2, Joel's number 1.
yeah, but my number 1 wins on Baconsale. So
You
That's why
basic.
you were so happy about it.
no, I
You sent
actually,
us the combined list. You're like,
Yeah, no.
here are our combined list.
Except
Isn't
for-
it great?
So I actually want to know, So when we were compiling our scores together, you got a little sad, and you're like, "What?"
Sassy.
You're like,
got
"Oh, you
sassy.
ranked some stuff really low." So like some of my favorites, you ranked really low. And
It
I'm
was
like,
Arctic Circle.
I knew it.
It was the rings at Arctic Circle.
Actually, I didn't know until this show.
They hated them.
Well, who could have seen that coming?
Wait,
that was
I
so
don't
random.
know. I
Go
don't
have
know
them
why I like
again,
them.
man.
The
They're
hill
not that
you-
good.
I will have them again.
The hill you want to die on is chicken rings.
No, I didn't defend
Chicken
it. 'Cause
rings.
I know they're low quality. I know
Right.
they're terrible, but for some reason, the taste was right for me.
Wow.
So, taste and texture. I'm a fan. All right, let's get on to tenders.
Yeah, chicken tenders.
Now we have some chicken tenders
Now that
facts.
we've had a full length of a show, let's start tenders.
Let's start tenders. We're not doing our own tender show.
And there's more tenders than nuggets.
Tenders are also known as chicken fingers, chicken goujons, chicken strips, tendies, or chicken fillets.
Tendies.
But this is chicken meat prepared from the pectoralis minor muscles of the animal. So there you go.
Okay.
It's chicken breast. They are usually the full piece. They're not pulverized. They are not like ground up or anything like that.
AKA much better.
And they're coated in breading and fried, similar to the preparation of schnitzel
Yes, they were first made and named by Spanky's in Georgia.
in Savannah, Georgia.
It's
yeah.
known as the home of the original chicken finger.
Yeah.
And so mass production, this is how they make them real quick. They do coated chicken meat with spices, polyphosphate, which sounds delicious, and breading, and then flash, fry, and freezing. So it's like, wham, bam, boom, ship them out.
There you go. That didn't rhyme as much, but you try it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
ship them out.
Now, can I ask you guys, was there a large difference
Was there a large difference?
between your
Yes, Sean Connery.
between your nugget scores and your tender scores at these places? Because
For
some
sure.
places have both. There's a lot of crossover here.
There were certain restaurants where it was vastly different.
I agree. There was somewhere I couldn't tell a difference, and there's somewhere I'm
Yes,
like, I'm never getting those.
Well,
tenders
there's
again.
somewhere, and we mentioned this already in the Nugget show, or Nuggets section.
Remember the Nugget show we
I
did?
remember that. Should we
long
just
ago.
divide these up into different shows?
I know.
But some of them, as you said, are just cut off, and then they're just smaller pieces of tender.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's all the difference is they're just bite size.
Yeah.
But not with all.
All right, let's
But
jump.
absolutely, breading is a big difference because sometimes with the nuggets, you're going to get a radically different breading that's just kind of
Yeah.
granular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this, it's sometimes thicker and hard to bite through, as we're
Sometimes.
going to discuss.
There are some that are unpleasant.
So once again, our last place is Sonic Drive-In.
It scored last on both matrices.
yeah.
I actually disagree on the tender side. I think they have very good nuggets, but the tenders are a little better for me.
You found chicken in there?
Yeah,
Ours were
with
small.
with the popcorn chicken, that's a fair complaint. But with the tenders, mine were pretty good.
Our tenders were small, and the chicken was dry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
We actually ate these as we recorded a bacon bit. No, it was a bacon bit.
a
We
bacon
did a
bit.
review.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's hurry and eat. And I couldn't even eat like two because they were just so gross.
This was Kent's lowest score.
Yeah.
You really hated these.
hated them.
You 0.5? I didn't give anything that low.
Yeah. Hey, they
0.5.
didn't get 0.
No, on a scale of 1 to 4, Kent gave most of Sonic a 0.5.
Yeah. Proprietary information, Jacob.
Science.
All right. Our number 12 is Arctic Circle.
Once again, scoring really low.
For all of us on this one, because while I did enjoy the chicken rings, the tenders, there was too much breading and it was kind of dry, but they had a hint of maple in them.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Actually, I caught that too.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why I gave them a little more leeway on here.
I thought it was weird, though, honestly.
Yeah. It tastes like chicken and waffles to me that I was like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
yeah.
I like that. So that was fun.
You really like that?
No, I didn't like it as much, though, because this is one of my lower scores because I
Yeah.
wasn't that impressed with the tenders here.
So we do have a new entrant at number 11, which is
Culver's.
Culver's.
So Culver's,
No
they've been around
nuggets
since
here.
1984. They got 710 locations.
I had Culver's for lunch.
For Culver's, the texture was spot on. It was crunchy on the outside. It was tender and juicy on the inside. It was hot.
I'm ready for the butt.
There was little to no flavor.
Yes, the taste was absent.
And we even got the buffalo tenders and the regular tenders. And both of them, it was like, it's just bland. Like there's no flavor here.
I'm so glad you said that because that was my experience exactly. I was
Also-
like, oh, the texture is great. Wait a minute. I can't taste
Plenty
anything.
of sauces, but you have to pay for extra sauces.
No,
here.
that was the weird thing. They're like,
Yeah.
they had 9 sauces.
They had extra wide openings as
They
well,
had-
which was cool.
So
go ahead.
I'm going to tell.
Yeah.
So we went there. We're like, what are your sauces? And they're like, we have da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're like, can we have one of each? And they kind of looked at each other and like,
sir.
we'll have to charge you for the after
And so-
6 sauces or something like that.
Joel and I, being quite cheap with our money, we were like, split up.
Yeah.
You get these sauces,
you
I'll get these sauces.
4, I'll get
Makes
these
sense.
5. So then they said, okay, we have steak sauce, Cholula, gravy, sweet and sour sauce, honey mustard, ranch, blue cheese, honey, and barbecue sauce. And we were like, that's a good variety.
Oh,
I
man. They cheated me because when I asked for all of them, I only got like 4.
The steak sauce was literally like a ketchup packet full of steak sauce. And I'm pretty sure we paid extra for that.
the honey.
And the honey was too. I think the Cholula was too. Cholula was too. The gravy tasted
I did not get gravy.
like concentrated chicken noodle soup with bits of plastic melted in
And
it.
that was really the problem. They all tasted warm.
Well, that's the
and
ingredients,
off.
but what did it taste like?
It was terrible. The sweet and sour tasted rancid. The honey mustard was too Dijon-y. Blue cheese is just gross. The honey tasted rancid.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce was meh.
Jeez.
And that's really my thing here is it was just average. Like if I
Most
had
of the
to eat
sauces
here,
taste bad.
I would eat there, I guess. But the sauces were off, and sauces boosted up to the next level. And I couldn't even enjoy the barbecue sauce.
I didn't tell you this, Kent.
What are you hiding?
I wanted to keep a secret until now.
What?
But and it's not anything huge, but I was so tired of by nuggets and tenders by this point. I was like, I need something else. So I got the chili cheese fries because I was like, something different. Even though it's not healthy, it's something so different from fried chicken. At the bottom of my
Fried
basket,
potatoes.
At the bottom of my basket, there was a hair, a long black hair. So my
When we
impression
ate together?
yes. That I think you believe we had a couple of those chili cheese fries.
Why
as
didn't you
well.
tell him then?
Because I didn't want it to affect
Wait,
his
hold on,
rankings.
Joel. Long black hair?
Long, yes, long
but,
black hair.
But it was straight, right?
Kent, yes, it was a hair from the head of one of the workers there.
I'm a little relieved.
But it was, it really, like Culver's though, like I didn't want it just to taint your ratings of the nuggets. Because
Nice word choice.
It really did sour my experience of the whole thing where I was like, I don't even want to go back there. So my revisability was, or re-buyability score was pretty low on this one.
Me too.
But this store is like, they're booming right now. About 40 new stores per year.
How?
I don't know.
Have you had the burgers? The steak burgers? The butter burgers?
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It's like wannabe
Concrete.
Jack
If you're
in the
gonna get there,
Box.
get the ice cream.
Honestly,
That's what you need to get there.
I was
It's the
going to
ice
say,
cream.
the
Really
custard
good.
is good. Yeah.
By the way, the official Culver's mascot is an anthropomorphic custard cone named Scoopy.
I hate that so much.
Okay, I just hate it a lot more now.
Does
Thanks a lot,
Scoopy
Joel.
have a black hair?
I was like defending like why you should eat it.
Every
and
dish
then-
comes with a
and then
free
you said
hair.
Scoopy. All right,
it's a straight one, yay!
Our number, our number
that's on the
10
slogan.
Number 10 tenders is Burger King.
Years.
So these
Still ranking low.
because these once
They
again
were
it was
crap.
a bad experience. They were
Yeah.
skinny. They had a burnt oil flavor. They were dry.
It was stale for
Mine
me.
were overcooked as well. Like I could taste nothing, and they
Yeah.
were hard and crunchy. I could see almost no chicken in there. I couldn't believe how bad they were actually.
Right.
And yet this ranked fairly high.
Did it?
Number
10?
10?
Well, I mean, like higher than these other ones we've been talking about, where we're like okay with the other texture stuff.
Well,
but-
honestly, it's the sauces. The sauces are like there's not a lot of them, but they
the
are
sauce score is-
consistent.
and the sauce score is the same from the nuggets to the tenders.
Right.
so that
Whereas
really
I think
didn't factor
Culver's
in.
could have been put over the edge without the hair, but the sauces were so bad, even with the quantity, that Burger King is slightly above Culver's.
Yeah. So that was disappointing. But once again, we have Burger King.
I do not recommend these.
near the bottom.
Our next up,
New entrant right here.
New entrants.
number 9.
I feel like we should do welcome music for each of these.
You should go on, Ken.
Nope.
Is Dairy Queen?
This is one of the ones I snuck in to win over Kent on the
And I
Nugget Challenge.
already ate it.
Yes, because I said, "Hey, do you want to go to Dairy Queen?" He's like, maybe." And then he walked into the room. He's like, "We're not going to Dairy Queen. Let's ditch Joel." And so I went
actually
for
lost
myself.
with Wendy's, though. I didn't get Wendy's till the very end, and
that's
you
right,
had
yeah.
already got it, yeah.
So this one, I took a bite right. I want to say because I got this one as I was driving around, as I was running around a bunch of different places. But I don't want you to think that I waited till I got old because I took a bite right when I left the drive-in window, and the tender was already lukewarm and soggy.
It's the In-N-Out problem.
that's the worst.
Honestly.
Yeah.
If you eat these when they're warm, you're like, oh, this is pretty good. And they come with homemade white gravy.
And soggy bread, soggy toast.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's
The
soggy
toast is
because
weird.
it's kept in the fry box, and so it
No,
gets a
it
little
comes
soggy.
out soggy. They basically have it marinating in
What
water.
is some guy sitting on it?
Yes,
It is not that bad.
It's in water.
it's just sitting there.
It's just toast that becomes
sounds like the windowsill.
No, look,
It becomes steamed a little bit.
The toast gives it like a homemade feel.
Yeah.
it's just more carbs.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Hold on. Who are you?
Yeah. But you're right. As soon as these get old, these things are like dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact,
well, they were flat
put them
and
together, you
lifeless.
could make a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And they had a rancid oil flavor to them. You know that old oil?
Yeah.
That
Honestly,
flavor?
that's kind of how it goes for a lot of tenders, honestly. I mean, once they sit for a little bit, I mean,
It's probably my
the
favorite.
time is past.
It's probably my favorite barbecue sauce on the list, though, because
one is?
yeah,
Really?
it's a little bit thicker.
I thought the
it's
barbecue
more
sauce
of a
was
hickory
good.
sauce. Yeah.
I like the wild buffalo actually, and I felt like
Yeah.
I felt actually you mentioned the gravy comes with the tenders. I actually think the toast went better with the gravy than
And
it
that's
did the
what
chicken
it's for.
tenders.
And they have queso if you'd like to get that as well. So that was
What?
kind of unique.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah. But don't go here because it's 26 grams of fat per serving.
Who are
Holy.
you? That's okay. It's good, right?
Is it good?
No, Kent measures
26.
these things. You don't.
If it's less than your age, it's good, right?
Yeah, that is the scale.
Yeah.
Per meal, per serving.
But yeah, Dairy Queen did not do well with any of us. But it beat the other one. So number 9 is Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8 coming in fairly low on this list is
McDonald's. Slightly above average in every way. I would say slightly above average.
Definitely better than Burger King.
Slightly below.
Yeah, and I would say it's put over the top, like we said, with the sauces.
It was better than Burger King.
Well, and I feel like the flavor was better here too
That's
than
not saying
the other
much.
ones. But there was like tons of breading on the ends. It was like they
Did you say the sauces put it over a little bit? Yeah, that's me as well.
I wasn't big on the sauces in this one, but I did enjoy it.
Now they have good options for sauce.
Yeah.
It's like hot mustard. Oh, thank you. No one else does that.
The problem is, though, if I go to McDonald's, I'm not getting the tenders. I'm getting the nuggets. I'm going to get any sort of fried chicken because I'm not paying that much for McDonald's tenders.
They do charge a lot, actually.
I could not believe how bad those tenders were 30 minutes later.
Really?
Yes.
Wait,
I
hold
mean,
on.
inedible.
Why are you saying?
Oh, wait. I thought you meant after you ate them. Like what they did to you?
No,
Did they PDQ you?
No.
Please, no. No. It can never be as good as PDQ.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. But no, they I bought these. This is in the picture that I sent you guys of all of them kind of at once.
Yeah.
And I had these a little bit later, and they were terrible. Terrible, rock hard. They went bad very fast. Honestly, PDQ, as you did bring up, they were still edible 30, 45 minutes later, an hour later. They weren't great anymore, but they were still edible. These McDonald's ones, inedible 30 minutes later.
I believe it.
Yeah. Although they're finding their chicken go wraps because they're like covered in sauces and
They still
lettuce.
do that?
So not that one, but you can get smaller ones that are on the value menu.
Yeah.
So they're okay there,
Yeah.
but just because they have
Just get the
sauces
nuggets.
on
If you're
them.
going to go to McDonald's, just get the nuggets.
Yeah, McDonald's, if you're going to do tenders, do it right. Do it better, right? Anyway.
All right. Coming in at number 7, we have a newcomer to this list, Arby's. So Arby's was one where I'm like, it's fine. It was fine.
That's exactly right.
The tenders were fine. There wasn't a ton of flavor. The breading ratio was good. I thought the temperature was good. It was a middle of the road tender for me.
I agree with you. I don't even like Arby's, and I would agree with that.
And Jacob, you brought this up on Fast Food for Thought. I think it was episode 22 years ago. You talked about the Bronco berry sauce.
That's a good sauce.
Which I didn't know until I did this challenge, and then I was like, it's like a sweet and sour, but not.
It's like a more it's like a sweeter,
more fruity, sweet and sour.
Fruity, that's a good way to say it.
But I was surprised that I really did enjoy that one, and I don't know, I could dip these tenders in Arby's sauce too, which makes me happy and makes Kent sad.
A little bit. I hate Arby's sauce so much.
I wouldn't dip it in Arby's sauce, but
So
Bronco berry,
Fun fact: these tenders are made. They have a lot of glutamic acid, and so what that does is it tells your brain you're eating an energy-dense food, and it activates taste bud cells that release the happy hormone serotonin. And so it's telling you,
That's my favorite hormone.
I'm enjoying this. This is good, but it's just your brain lying to you, or your stomach lying to your brain.
Delicious lies.
is that just Arby's, or is that like every
It's
single?
all of them, but specifically it was
Yeah.
brought up with Arby's.
By the way, you guys know that the commercials, though. We have the meats.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I should.
It's Ving
Kent's mom?
Rhames.
Oh, it is.
I didn't
Really?
even know that. Yeah, it's Ving Rhames from Mission Impossible. Also, Arby's. Do you guys know Arby's holds 2 Guinness World Records? They hold the world's smallest advertisement as they put an advertisement on a grain or on a sesame seed.
What does
And
that even mean?
They had a sesame seed. You had to look through a microscope to see the ad. And then the ad led you to the second world record they have, which is the largest advertising poster, which was 5 acres. Like it took up 5 acres of land. And it was placed in Minoe, Nebraska, America's smallest town. It was a whole campaign they were doing for when they got Coke.
That's so
The
strange.
ad said Arby's now has Coke. That's all it said. So, side note, but just one of those random stories I saw when I
What
came
is
up.
this like Moriarty's putting like, oh Sherlock, you'll never find out the clues.
Why is Moriarty like
Because
a
it's weird.
40s
It's weird crap.
radio
That's why.
bud?
It's like this is only meant for fiction. Like no one in the real world would do this. It's Burger King.
I'm from the 1920s on a radio play. See? Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Arby's middle of the road tender.
All right, next up,
That should be the name.
number 6 is KFC
KFC/A&W.
/A&W.
The tenders. Okay, so I said the popcorn chicken. I actually had good tasting breading, and they were larger than I expected.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's KFC. They're going to do tenders just fine. But the tenders were flat and hard and chewy. I did not have a good experience.
Did you
with
have
these
fresh ones?
Yeah, I mean, I just got it right out of the window. I
Mine
had
were
both in the same
probably
thing.
a little bit better than yours.
Yeah,
I thought
mine were a
slightly
little better
than
too,
average.
yeah.
Only one tender out of the 3 I had was good.
I was actually surprised by how good mine were.
Really?
I had really low expectations, and I was like, "Oh, I'm happy to eat this."
So you guys will
you
be
rank this the highest of us, Jacob, of all of us.
you guys will
I
be
ranked it the
interested to
lowest.
know that these actually contain the most chicken out of all the tenders.
Oh, that is good to know.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because they put dehydrated cooked chicken inside as well. So they kind of supplement
They
this.
put dehydrated cooked chicken inside the
So there's chicken, and
That's
then they
clever,
coat
actually.
it in dehydrated like chicken
Oh.
oil or whatever. It's like a weird staple and dietary fiber, and then they bread it.
I like it.
And so it's thicker,
That
but
makes
it's
me
not
like it
always,
more, actually.
Well, it's a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fat and a lot of calories.
Well, that's everything we're describing.
The server, by the way, totally got me because I said, "Do you have tenders? Can I just get like a la carte tenders?" She said, "Actually, if you get the a la carte, it's basically the same price as the combo meal." And I'm like, "Okay,
More food.
yeah, why not?"
Yeah.
So there we go. KFC A&W.
She tricked you in $1.50
Surprising.
more.
Once again,
KFC
great
used to be
sauce
king.
options for me. I really like the sauces.
Yeah, the sauces were good here.
What was
Yeah.
that? Is finger licking good?
Finger licking sauce.
Yep, that was good.
Yeah.
I recommend that, listener.
All right,
right.
number 5, once again,
On our tenders list,
Zaxby's.
please.
Our Zaver.
Zaxby's.
No, that's PDQ.
Right, sorry, I got confused. So Zaxby's tenders, they are like they're long strips. They're like full pieces of chicken, and you can put kind of whatever sauce you want on there.
Yeah.
I felt like their strips were a little on the small side, though, in my opinion.
Well, it's weird because their little wings are pretty thick, but their strips are. It's probably like the same amount of chicken for each.
Yeah, it feels like it.
So actually, one serving of these fingers with the Z brings you over half your day's recommended intake of sodium. So you eat 2 of these,
Now,
you're
Ken,
down for half the
Most
day.
of these shows make me hungry. I got to be honest. This show is making me want to eat less.
I'm
I'm
curious
so
to
hungry
know.
right now.
Yeah, except for Arby's chicken rings over here.
Now, Kent,
Or,
you
sorry,
and I
Art
actually
Circle.
ranked this basically the same, kind of in the higher range, and then
We
Jacob,
did.
you went pretty low.
not pretty low. It's just a little below you.
But still, you
Yeah.
didn't seem like you liked these very much
That's because they're not that great.
because you were waiting for our number 4.
I think you guys mentioned there's not a lot of chicken in there, right? Like that was kind of my experience. It seemed heavy on breading, and the breading was only okay.
I didn't think it was heavy on breading. I just think that they were small in general.
Yeah,
Too much. Yeah, too much
But-
breading, and they're kind of small.
But Jake, what's number 4?
Number 4?
Please, baby, please.
And keep this in mind, listener. These guys only had this an hour later. PDQ is number 4.
You guys got to try my favorite chicken.
Actually, Joel was like an hour and a half.
I just
later.
thought the breading. I thought that it wasn't crispy. It was a little soggy. Like I said, it was like stuffing wrapped
'Cause it's
around it. It didn't seem like anything special to me. It was a high quality cut of meat. I could tell that. The sauces were actually enjoyable to try all the different ones.
Do you know why it is special?
Why is it special?
It is a healthier chicken tender.
How
you
so?
did the research.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's
Let's hear.
like a
tell us more.
instead of like 450 calories per serving, which is common for these, you're gonna get. I think it's about 300. So
Okay.
slightly healthier. The breading, and it's really all due to the breading. There's
Yeah.
probably instead of 40 chemicals, there's 30 that you can't pronounce.
It's so much better for us.
It does feel more real. In fact,
I'll
that
get
was
3 more years of life.
no PDQ. I finished PDQ, and I've had a couple of meals from there,
Yeah.
and I don't feel like I've eaten fast food. That's the thing, is it feels over, and I feel like I had a
get
regular
it.
meal.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's what's made me like this place.
Yeah.
All right, Joel.
I was talking about how that's pretty far away. He said, I think it's worth eating these. And I said, well, there's only one in Utah, and it's down by you, way far down south. And then he said, okay, then let me explain. It's easily tier 1, maybe the best one on the list.
Maybe.
I may go back for
Maybe.
dinner.
Yep, that is what I said.
I hate when Joel quotes us.
No, that's more what I said than what you said anyway. So I'm good.
No, I said you said it was the best one out there.
And I didn't. I said maybe it's the best one. It's tier 1.
easily tier 1.
Easily tier 1.
Maybe
Maybe
the
it's
best
the
one out there.
best.
Please add it, please.
Yep.
Guys, I need to talk
Which is
about
exactly what it is.
I need to talk about an anomaly for our number 3.
Okay.
It was number
is.
it was number 10 on our nugget list.
And I thought for sure I would be the only one being like, you guys, this is good. But then you guys actually ranked it pretty well as
I've been a
well.
missionary for the Carl's Jr. chicken tenders for years. They're delicious.
They are delicious.
Why are they so good? I don't know, but they have it right. Whatever that recipe is
So they were
right.
juicy chicken, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were smaller than I anticipated, but they were tasty.
I
Like,
don't
it was
have
a
that problem.
good crunch to the sauce, and the chicken inside was tender. Overall, great flavor. I really like
Oh
the
no,
sauces
this is
I
like a
mentioned before.
dark horse. Could it be number 1? We should move it to number 1. We're
No,
also-
it's 3.
I know.
Three feels good.
Yeah.
Because when you expect Carl's Jr.,
Yeah.
you expect like McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's quality, which
Yeah.
all ranked very low. But then this one's up on our
Yeah.
top 3.
And then you get these Carl's Jr. tenders, and you're like, oh, this is like another level.
Yeah. Like I don't even have to drive an hour and a half to go get these like a PDQ.
They are kind of, they're almost that good. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
So big shock for us.
Yeah, we didn't expect that, but Carl's Jr. The Nuggets were, as we said, the Nuggets are ranked pretty low. They're second to lowest.
Chicken stars.
You go to Carl's Jr. regularly, though.
Yeah.
Like, do you not get tenders?
I rarely ever get tenders.
Oh man,
will you now though?
This is one of my favorite things on their menu.
Guys, I get the spicy chicken sandwich. Come on.
But then I'm saying you get tenders with some barbecue sauce.
Yeah, and they're delicious.
There you go. All right, our number 2 is actually Chick-Fil-A. Which, wait, number 2 is Chick-Fil-A?
How did this happen? What is this madness?
Which is funny because I believe this was my number 1 here too.
This was my number 5 on this list.
I rank this the lowest of the three of us, but only by a little.
The tenders really don't taste too much different from the nuggets, honestly. It's the same kind of meat, same breading.
The nuggets are like, they're tiny and they're really delicious, but these aren't even trying. There's like, you like our nuggets, just get our tenders. Whereas other places have a different taste or different
one of them's
breading.
Like ground meat and the other one is chunks of meat.
Yes and no, though. There are
This is
places
all just good meat.
This is, it's just good meat, but they're small pieces. They're actually really expensive for what they are.
They are small and they are overpriced. That is the biggest trouble
They're
with
still
them.
tasty though.
They are tasty, but they're small and overpriced.
And I love the sauce. I love the variety of sauces here.
It's like you get the tenders and they're like the size of your finger, as opposed to like the Carl's Jr.
They are
ones,
called
which are
chicken
like
fingers, Jacob.
twice that size. Are they there?
These
Not
are
tenders?
generously marinated with seasonings like MSG, chicken fat, and caramel color, which is found in soda, and that's been found to produce carcinogenic activity in mice. So
Carcinogenic. What does that mean?
Makes cancer.
Cancer. So I'm toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to bring the doom round. Well, way to bring the room down.
Oh no, we've had way too much chicken nuggets. Our brain activity.
Yep.
And then our number 1. So remember,
Drum roll.
Chick-fil-A was our number 1 in nuggets, but it didn't make number 1 in tenders, which is surprising because the number 1 was... No. You got to do the French Connection.
Oh, what's the French Connection quote?
That was the movie. So it's Popeyes.
It's Popeyes.
Which actually they said that they were named the stores after the fictional detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle from the French Connection. But then they did use Popeye in their marketing for like 30 years.
Right. I'm so confused.
Yeah. But the tenders, they're expensive, but they're tasty.
Well, if you get them in a combo, well worth it, because you get a biscuit, you can get fries or red beans and rice and a drink.
The biscuit's actually good.
It is weird.
You can get original or spicy.
Yeah, get spicy
which is
all
nice.
day.
No, but even if you get the original, there's still a little Cajun flavor in there.
There is.
Although it seems like they're kind of lying, though. That's like asking for gluten-free, but you still get gluten in there.
It is weird how
You're
they
like,
lie
I don't
to
like
you.
spicy.
No,
Don't
they
give me
totally
spicy.
do, and yet they're like, we're doing it anyway. We don't care. Oh, you wanted it regular? We're still putting Cajun sauce in. We're Popeyes.
No, I think it's basically there's a Cajun.
you eat what we tell you
There's
to
a
eat.
Cajun.
And they stand over you while you eat.
There's a Cajun flavoring dust cloud that kind of hovers over the whole restaurant, so everything they do has Cajun flavoring on it. But this one,
actually,
I ordered the 3-piece tender, and when I got back, there were 4 tenders in there.
Oh,
So these are miracle tenders. is what I'm saying.
bonus. Can I actually tell you why they're different colors? They add 6 artificial colorings to their spicy chicken tenders.
Delicious. I can we made the
I'm trying to talk you out of it.
we made the same noise, but it was different.
This increases hyperactivity in children. And you guys are
I ain't
so
no child.
down.
I can handle my Cajun spice.
I'm dying.
Crispy breading covered in batter. This was good.
This is the best
these,
breading.
You get the red beans and rice with it.
And these are thinner tenders. Like you get it, they're almost flattened in a way.
They are a little flattened.
But the taste is just so good. The breading is wonderful.
You
This is the
really like
one.
this, kid.
Can't
I'll go
get
back all
the chicken
day.
sandwich. It's limited time right now. You have to go get this chicken sandwich.
Wow, I'm gonna get
so
3 just like
hungry
you.
right now.
Okay.
No, don't do this.
I'm so hungry.
Okay, so
There we go.
Right
okay,
after.
so going from 11 to 1, Joel, could you read us our nugget list?
Yes, I can. We have Sonic Drive-In at the bottom, followed by Carl's Jr., Arctic Circle, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, KFC, A&W, Zaxby's. Number 3 is PDQ. Number 2 is Popeyes. And then number 1 is Chick-fil-A.
All right, and for our chicken tenders list, we have in last place Sonic Drive-In, Arctic Circle, Culver's, Burger King, Dairy Queen, McDonald's, Arby's, KFC, and then the top 5 we have Zaxby's, PDQ, Carl's Jr.,
That felt like a new
Chick-fil-A,
sound entirely.
PDQ, and Popeyes as our number 1.
So our top 3 for nuggets, or our top 3 for tenders is Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, and Carl's Jr., and then our top 3 for nuggets is Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and PDQ. So it was just funny how there's a lot of crossover there, but yeah. I don't know. I don't want to eat chicken for a while,
I'm so glad we're
neither.
done.
Oh gosh,
but I'm
me
very
too.
glad we're done.
I actually think burgers are more healthy than
So
chicken.
what tenders or nuggets will you guys go to in the next 6 months?
I'm getting chicken rings. I told you guys.
Okay, chicken rings. Kent, what are you going to get?
Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
I do want chicken. I
Chick-fil-A?
want Popeyes. I didn't want to try the spicy tenders.
I still can't go to Chick-fil-A because I don't want to pay for it. Like if I'm already there and I have to, I'm like, okay, because they're good. But
Popeyes is just as expensive as Chick-Fil-A.
yeah, but there's more.
There's more, and you get sides.
There's
no.
definitely
Chick-fil-A
more.
is all a la carte basically, and you get like 3 fries with your meal.
The waffle fries we already
Yeah,
bashed
it's
on.
just good
That was our
service.
lowest rated fry was the
Yeah.
waffle fries.
It's weird we
So
hate
I-
those. Not everybody
yeah.
does, you know.
Yeah.
I don't often choose to go to Chick-fil-A, but when I do, chicken's basically what. That's all they have.
That's
But
all they have,
The
but
chicken tenders and grilled chicken nuggets is what I get.
Truth be told, if I'm going to Chick-fil-A, I'm getting the sandwich usually. I don't know if I want to get nuggets.
Okay.
Like, I like the chicken sandwich better than I like the nuggets.
I get that.
I get the pickle on it. But then
You get the pickle. You don't remove the pickle.
No, I love the pickle.
Okay. You don't want the essence of pickle.
No, I don't. But then if I'm going for tenders, like Popeyes or Carl's Jr., that's definitely what I'm going to be going to.
Yeah. All
And
right,
then
so
chicken rings.
let us know if you agree or disagree, if you've had any of these recently, or if there are other chains that we haven't been to.
Yeah. And we're honestly splitting a lot of hairs here with, the batter and
what we're including, what we're not
and
including.
breading and
Baconscience.
I mean, Baconscience.
Baconscience. It's a very fuzzy science.
honestly,
It's a soft science.
the Excel spreadsheet we have open, breaking all of this down by
It's
different
pretty cool.
dimensions is fairly complex.
Yes. But thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed our Chicken Nuggets, Chicken Tenders episode. Before we go, we do want to give a shout out to our I Am the Listener group, which includes Adrian Gray, Stephen Ross, A More Civilized Podcast, Terry Finlay, Greg's Guide to New Music, and our new I Am the Listener, Josher.
Josher!
Hey, Josher. Thank you.
Welcome.
Guys,
Thank you. Listen to his podcast.
I'm terrified. Listen to his podcast. Listen to my podcast.
Yes.
Which is what it is.
It's called Listen to My Podcast.
I'm terrified because when we bring him on a show eventually, I don't know what the content's going to be.
It's going to be family friendly.
Oh, absolutely. Josh is not the type to. Well, it's going to be about orcas. It's going to be about orcas for sure.
Orcas, yeah. I've been waiting for that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have our Bacon Council, which includes Matt Smudro, Ryan Farron, Chris Anderson, and Nicole D. Hale. Woo! Amazon! But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter, or you can find me performing with Quickwits. They perform every Saturday night at the Mid-Bell Performing Arts Center. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quickwits Facebook page.
If you want to find me on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. If you want to read my movie reviews, it's ShowtimeShowdown.com.
I feel like someday we need to take care of each other's on this, like because we've memorized them from hearing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Except
find
for
me,
yours, your wild card.
Jacob,
who knows what I'll say?
I'll do Jacob's. It's like
I'm not actually trying to brand, so
it's like if you want to find me, I'm on, you don't want to find me. I'm on Twitter. I'm there. You want to find Baconsale? I think they're on Instagram, maybe, and on Facebook.
Are we
and
on
Twitter.
Instagram? Do we need to be there?
TeePublic.com/Baconsale.
Should a podcast be on Instagram? I
basically-
still don't know, but we are technically there. And so at Jacob A. Rogers is where you can find me on Twitter. Also, find Baconsale on Twitter and on Instagram at Baconsale. Find our merchandise at tpublic.com/Baconsale. If you want to join us and support us as a patron, go to patreon.com/Baconsale. And we really appreciate your support right now. All of you, we've named off a
Yes.
few people, but there's a lot more of you that are supporting us.
Yes, thank you all,
Thank you
all
very
the
much.
patrons.
And those of you who are not, there's a lot of content there. Go check it out.
Yeah. So until next time, please tell your friends about Baconsale.
And PDQ.
Please.
Promotion.
Another chicken night. What was that? Like Christopher Nolan? Okay.
I don't know what that was. It was almost Neil Diamond.
No,
Bum, bum, bum.
I turned it into Phantom a little bit.
A little bit.
Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good.
So good. So good. So good. Did you know he's also a member of the American Poultry Hall of Fame? And that's a thing. He's like Philo T. Farnsworth of chicken nuggets. So he was called the George Washington Carver of poultry.
Go, George.
Who called him that?
Yum, yum, chicken nugget. Yum, yum, yum. If you love the earth, you'll eat chicken nugget. Yeah.
It's like using all of
high
the
in
buffalo,
protein.
Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we're doing. We're eating all the buffalo here.
And according to BMC Pharmacology, it's used to treat head lice.
Well, I don't want lice in my chicken nuggets. Eat chicken nuggets.
No.
No.
Hashtag Baconscience.
Baconscience.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah. Calories Latin for awesome tasting.
What kind of chicken nuggets are these?
Stars.
Cheap and easy and treats your stomach that way.
Yeah.
This is when you want actually to punish your kids. Like you want them to die a slow death.
They're low quality, but I love the flavor and I love the texture. I don't know why. Kent's looked like it had a growth on it, which made me sick.
Take it easy.
No spicy nuggets? no spicy your nuggets.
It is
finished all
better than
these
Burger King because I
Yes.
couldn't taste the feathers.
See, we're getting into the more chunk nuggets.
That sounds delicious.
Guys, please,
Hey,
let
you say
PDQ
that.
on the menu.
And then
Please,
Say my name.
PDQ. I don't want my baby to be hurt. Please take it off the list. Please, please, cancel it, please. Guys, I found my favorite restaurant in all the world, and you must try it. Can't
I
find
don't
the
want to eat at a
conversation.
chicken place where part of the name is people.
Please eat this flesh. I swear it's chicken.
Soylent Green is PDQ.
that's why it tasted so good. I'm ready for the butt. No,
Did they PDQ you?
No. Please, no.
Oh, Sherlock, you'll never find out the clues. Please, baby, please. Instead of 40 chemicals, there's 30 that you can't pronounce.
It's so much better for us.
I hate when Joel quotes us.
We're doing it anyway. We don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Eat
didn't
it.
want it regular? We're still putting Cajun sauce in.
They add 6 artificial colorings to their spicy chicken tenders.
Delicious. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
Yeah.
Hey, have a seat. I'm Chris Hansen.
For Mr. Rogers?
For Mr. McFeely, actually.
Oh, I suspected that.